and welcome to Just Ask Freeman TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, and I'm joined today by Freeman Owen Jr. He is the CEO of Financial Sources Incorporated. Freeman, how are you today?
I am very well, thank you. Appreciate you being here with me. What a fabulous show we've got lined up for our viewing audience. And I'm just going to kick back, relax, and let you take the reins here and tell us what we're going to talk about today.
Well, Freeman, I would love to do that. First of all, I want to say congratulations. This is our 30th episode. Can you believe it? Just Ask Freeman TV, 30th episode. So congratulations.
And congratulations to you for being a great partner on 30 shows that we've done.
Oh,
that's remarkable.
It's amazing. So thank you. I feel very blessed.
So much. I'm pleased as punch. Great co-host, I tell you, folks. 30 shows, 3-0. I'm excited about it. Let's get started.
I'm excited about the 50th. I can't wait to see what we're talking about then, because wow, everything has changed so much,
Yes,
which
it
kind of
has.
is a segue into today's topic. I'd love to talk to you a little bit, Freeman, about inflation, because that's such a hot topic right now.
Yes.
And I know it's been really some staggering statistics, because if we go back to like the year, if you will, of 2002, 2.2% inflation rate, right?
Yeah.
2012, 1.9%.
Yeah.
2017, 2.4%.
Notice that little gradual increase back and forth?
Yes, yes, and now here we are today, which would be what, about 3%?
No, well, we get on up there. I don't want to date this, but I have to. The 30th, 7.5%.
Wow, that is staggering.
You know, there's an old saying that says, inflation doesn't retire when you do. How
Right?
true.
That is
Experts
true.
are saying just what you just indicated. What I'm going to do is just figure out something real quick. I'm going to calculate this.
Okay.
Let's take a 3% inflation rate. It costs about $100 today.
Okay.
That'll cost $150 in less than 14 years.
Wow.
So that means, viewing audience, we're going to have to increase your retirement income over that period by 50% just to keep pace with inflation.
Oh my gosh.
Do you see why? Just ask Freeman why you call me up. You say, well, Freeman, I have to prepare for inflation. We're seeing it today at the pump. We see it today at your major grocery stores. Hey, how about our retirees that is dependent upon their medications?
Yeah.
And we have seen, I get calls of existing clients. They say, well, you know, I was paying $20 for this medication. Now I pay $150. This is going on today, Cynthia.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to do something about it. I mentioned, now I calculated a 3% inflation rate that costs goods and services $100 a day will cost $150 in less than 14 years. So we got to increase our income by 50% just to keep pace. What if we fail to consider inflation?
Yes, that's scary.
It is, because that would be a gradual erosion of our quality of life.
Yes.
One of the things we can do is set a safe withdrawal rate. Now, if we're withdrawing that old adage of 4%, we're in the 21st century. Let's face it. 4% withdrawal rate. We may be initially be able to draw down our resources at 4%. Nope. It's going to be lower, about 2.5, because we got to consider, at least, like you gave us the stats back from 2002 to 2022,
Yes.
2.2. Let's consider that. 2.2.
Yep.
So we got to increase our income, 2.2%. All right. Now, we're already withdrawing down 2%, 2.5. Now we're at 4. 2.5 plus 4. Wow. Let's see. That's 6. We have to have a really sit down and use the software that we have in our office so that we can get out 10 years, 20 years, and 30 years and show you, here's the cost of goods and services. Your life expectancy is 25 years from now. This is what you can expect. How far will your money go? You just ask Freeman. Cynthia and I have been talking about tax efficient reports. We've been talking about our Social Security,
Yes.
how to supplement it. Now we got to look at inflation and reel it in.
Yeah.
Okay, because I said the old saying, inflation doesn't retire when you do. It just follows right along.
Yep.
And we've seen it over the past 10 years, 20 years, even 20 years back when we had the stats consumer price index, 2.2% over a 20-year period, 2002 to 2022. So we need a safe withdrawal rate. Unexpected expenses. Emergency fund. You should have anywhere between 3 and 6 months of retirement living expenses. True story. Our furnace went out.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And it was an unexpected expense. It was a brand new furnace, but it happened to be defective. So we turned the furnace on. It was one of the coldest snows, or the first snow here, the coldest day. And we had no heat.
Oh, boy.
So there was no heat for 48 hours.
Oh, my gosh.
And so the local utilities guy didn't show up. So we're wrapped up, blankets, hats, scarves, and everything in our home.
Wow.
Now I'm going somewhere with this. I took out $7,800 for the furnace. To get another furnace. The other one, the first one was in warranty. So I just made sure, I said, well, looked like the warranty ran out or something, but they wanted $7,800 because the parts coming in from a foreign country would take 2 or 3 weeks. Well, we were darn near froze to death. I used another word for that, but I won't say it on the air. But anyway, took $7,800 out of my savings account.
Yeah.
Which I got 62 cents on 50 grand. That's not much purchasing power, is it?
Exactly.
Okay, but you should have, just in case of emergency. There's going to be unexpected expenses during your retirement. New appliances. Maybe a car goes bad, and you need to replace it. Roofing. Anything can happen. Always have 3 to 6 months of income for unexpected expenses. You can't get away from it. You didn't get away from the maintenance and unexpected expense when you're working. Why should you try to get away from inflation? You can't get away. We got to account for it. Unexpected expenses. How much income do we need to have in our coffers there, just in case?
Yep, the rainy day fund, if
That's
you will,
right.
Freeman. In
That's
that
right.
case, a snowy day. It's a snowy
Exactly.
day fund.
Now, experts are saying, well, you should get what we call an inflation-adjusted annuity. You can get that. It provides a guaranteed lifetime income, and you can get it to the point of the distribution that supersedes the average inflation rate, so that you'll have that guaranteed guaranteed lifetime income, and offsetting some of the inflation blues. It's right there looking at you. Okay, but I do believe that we have the solution. But just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233 and get a tax-efficient report. Know when to get your Social Security. Plan on unexpected expenses. All right. Place our dollars in the right position and in the right product to offset inflation. A lot of people put their monies in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's not, inflation just eats a big chunk of purchasing power.
Yep.
And like you said earlier earlier in this show, I see it at the pump.
Yeah.
Fill up. One of my automobiles, usually around $35 to fill it up, $85. I never paid $100 for gas. Food prices. 1 week, there are certain prices. The following week, increase of 10 to 12%.
Wow.
Same fruits and vegetables. Yeah, inflation can really nibble at your lifetime income, but we can set up guaranteed lifetime income.
Yes.
With a tax efficient report, which you get. I'll push that out there. You'll know when to file for your Social Security and how to maximize your Social Security benefits. We even had questions on the spousal benefit. Okay, let me share that with you.
I'd love for you to hold that thought, Freeman,
right.
for just a moment, because I would love to let viewers call in right now. Would that be okay?
That's okay. Let's
All
call
right,
them.
perfect. To the viewers at home, the phone number to call is on your screen. That number is 833-414-7233. We know that you have a lot of questions about how to plan your perfect retirement, how to deal with inflation, if you will. Freeman has the answers for you. All you have to do is remember, just ask Freeman. Again, the number 833-414-7233. We're going to take a very short commercial break, but when we come back, I have so much more with Freeman when we return.
As a good saver, you've been putting away money during your working years. Studies find that the biggest fear of retirees is running out of money. Market volatility isn't just the downward movement of stock prices, it's the size and frequency of change. The more dramatic the ups and downs, the higher the volatility. This can put savers who are newly retired or a few years away from being retired at greater risk. Today's generation of retirees is not receiving traditional pensions as our parents or grandparents did. Instead, we have retirement accounts such as 401ks or 403bs. These accounts typically expose your money to market risk. The last thing you want right before retirement is to lose a portion of the money you need for income. But how do you turn these accounts into a retirement income? Is it safe to keep all your retirement money sitting in the stock market? The last thing you want is to lose a portion of the money you need for income due to market loss. By working with a financial professional, you can learn how to turn a portion of your savings into an income stream for life and income for the life of your spouse if you're married. We all have moments in our lives when we wish we had taken action sooner. Don't let procrastination reign on your retirement parade. Act now before it's too late. Please call our office to set up your no-cost, no-obligation retirement income review today.
And welcome back to Just Ask Freeman TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, and I'm joined today by Freeman Owen Jr. Freeman, a wonderful show we're having today,
Yes, we
talking
are.
about inflation. But before we opened up the phone lines, you mentioned something called spousal benefits, because we had a lot of questions on those.
Yeah, because we're looking for ways to generate income to offset inflation. One of the best ways was when we received our Social Security benefit, there was an opportunity to get the spousal benefit. That says you're married, you could get half of your spouse's benefit, but I'm going to share the difference between filing for it before full retirement age and the consequences, and then filing for spousal benefits at full retirement age. All right, let me preface this. The restricted application, which had to be submitted in order for a spouse to receive half of the other spouse's benefit while tabling their own,
Okay.
and having it increase at an 8%, increasing at 8% each year up to age 70. That was a wonderful, wonderful way to get spousal benefits for married couples. Now, it's still in effect if you are born prior to 1954. Now, let me put some numbers to it. Now, if you file this restricted app prior to your full retirement age, that spousal benefit could be, notice, not survivor, spousal benefit
Spousal, yeah.
could be much, much lower.
Okay.
But you have to be born before 1954 because this opportunity for married couples was eliminated April 2016.
Okay. Wow.
Excuse me. All right, now, you're born before 1954, one spouse receives $2,000 a month in Social Security benefits. The spouse who is wishes to get spousal benefits, his or her benefit is only $1,000 a month. You would file a restricted application and get the spouse, of course, who has $2,000 a month, you get half. Both. Now, if you're at full retirement age, it works wonderfully too.
Okay.
Husband's Social Security income, I should say Social Security benefit, increases 8% a year to age 70, 32% increase.
Okay.
The spouse who has the lower benefit at $1,000 a month increases 8% a year. So both are at 32%.
Okay.
Now, what is happening with that extra $1,000 a month? It's distributed to you. That's $12,000 a year. In 4 years with COLA, that's $50,000 of free money.
Wow.
That used to be pretty prevalent now. But I think more and more, if you're born prior to 1954, I think you could ease that restricted application and get in there. Meanwhile, 30% increase for the spouse who got a survivor benefit.
Okay.
32% of the spouse who has the higher benefit, and you had $50,000 that you receive over a 4-year period. Then you file for your own Social Security benefit. That's maximizing it.
Wow.
That was a wonderful, that was going on quite a long time, up until about April, I think 2016. So born after 1954, married, you don't get that benefit.
Wow.
That was a great way to offset inflation because you got a nice cost of living adjustment, or COLA, which is Social Security benefit, while yours was growing and you received $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
Over a 4-year period with cost of living adjustments, or COLAs.
Wow, that's fantastic.
All right, something else too. I'm not going to give tax or legal investment advice. But I do believe that you will need to have a portion of your equities or stock market funds to offset some of the inflation with some type of guaranteed lifetime income, and the payout exceeds the inflation rate based on our report. Now, here you got the experts, inflation rate is 2.2. I need a vehicle where the payout is 4 or 5% or 6% guaranteed for life.
Okay.
Okay, so therefore we could outpace inflation with the type instrument. Now, I know you need some growth, but I'm not going to, like I said, investment in the stock market, I'm not going to bother with that. But I do know that you can have a wonderful retirement taking some of those monies from the equity pot or portfolio and place it into a vehicle that provides the safety and guarantees and generating that guaranteed lifetime income for life.
Okay.
Yep, and you can get ahead of inflation if that payout is substantial and based on these expert rates.
Yes.
Hopefully that inflation rate will drop significantly down to that 2 or 1.9 like it has been over the last 20 years.
I hope so,
Yes,
Freeman.
indeed.
Well, this is the perfect time for us to reopen the phone lines.
Okay, let's
do
do
you have
this.
something special to present to the viewers at home today,
I just
Freeman?
want folks to give me a call at 1-833-414-7233, and you know my mantra, just ask Freeman. Here's what we need. Cynthia, we're fine. The phones, they ring off the hook.
Yes, they do. They do.
Folks want the answers. Hey,
Yes.
Freeman, how much money, I want to know how much money will I need to offset inflation?
Absolutely.
what percentage of income will I need in order to have that peace of mind you talk about, and you have the big display of clients, 4,000, 40 years. How do you do that? What can you do for me? When should I get my Social Security? I've heard so many of my friends and relatives tell me, look, your Social Security is going to belly up. You're not getting Social Security. Wrong. Just ask Freeman. You call us at 833-417-7233 and get your customized Social Security report. Now, how do you do that? Go to ssa.gov. Create your account. Get your username and password. And as soon as you get in there, you'll see PIA, primary insurance amount 62, 66, and 70.
Okay.
The next thing is we got to supplement that Social Security. Income producing assets. So if you got 250K, 500,000, a million, take a portion of that portfolio and remove it from market risk and fees, and we can have a tax efficient, guaranteed lifetime income, Cynthia, that then pass it on to the spouse. Designate the beneficiaries for your children.
Absolutely.
And your grandchildren. You need someone that's going to look out for your best interest. Just ask Freeman.
Thank you, Freeman. To the viewers at home, the phone number to call is on your screen. That number is 833-414-7233. We know you have a lot of questions for Freeman about how to plan your perfect retirement. He has the answers for you. All you have to do is just ask Freeman. 833-414-7233. We're going to take a very short commercial break, but don't go anywhere. I have so much more with Freeman when we return.
We're frequently asked where we think tax rates are headed. Most experts agree tax rates will eventually have to go up as our federal debt increases. Without any changes, the government's current plan is set to expire in 2025. Every penny counts, especially in your retirement. Is your current plan efficient and optimized to reduce your tax obligation? Contact us today. Just ask Freeman. For a complimentary review, reach us at 833-414-7233.
And welcome back to Just Ask Freeman TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, and I'm joined today by Freeman Owen Jr. Wonderful show we're having today, Freeman.
I tell you, and I just want to plug our 30th show. I got to give a thumbs up to that, to have you as a co-host and partner in this Just Ask Freeman show. I love it.
Aww.
All right, I wanted to plug that. And now let's get back to business.
Well, Freeman, I love being here with you. Thank you so much. Yes. We do have some frequently asked questions, and we have a little bit of time to get through some, so I'm just going to guide some directly to you.
All right.
Freeman, when can I take a distribution from the Thrift Savings Plan TSP or 401k?
Pretty well much at any time. The difference that when you get the distribution, there are consequences if you are under the age of 59 and a half. There are restrictions on the distribution as well. Okay. For example, there are some industries will not allow their employees to receive their 401k, and they are beyond the age of 59 and a half. They're 100% vested. They have to take a lowered amount for a smaller amount from their accumulation, and then they get the remainder once they separate from service. Now, I question that. I've helped some clients call and discuss the pension programs or their 401ks. And they tell them, I say, what if they decide to separate from service at age 70?
Yeah.
You mean to tell me their monies would be held in limbo? And they are 60 and they wish to separate from service at 60, or even they can get their funds at age 59 and a half, but not all of it. Or if they decide to get the distribution prior to 59 and a half, we know the consequences, 20% withholding, which is federal, and 10% penalty, 30%. So they can get the distributions. Now, If they decide to retain their employment, again, $50,000 hardship max.
Okay.
$10,000 if they're going to purchase a home, first-time home buyers, and another 10 if the monies are applied for higher education. But what if they wanted to just take a distribution?
Right.
The plan might say, well, yeah, you could take 20%, you could take out the distribution, but we're definitely going to take 20%. Now, and they're over the 59 and a half age mark. But what if they roll it over to a trustee, the trustee, from the 401k or the TSP into their own IRA?
Okay.
That's one way to be tax efficient.
Sure, that makes sense.
I'd like to cover more of these frequently asked questions because we could just spend a whole segment just on
Yes.
distribution from employer
Yeah.
sponsored retirement accounts and the restrictions, the limitations to some degree. However, it could be a powerful retirement vehicle to save and invest in those particular employer-sponsored retirement accounts. But getting the money out, there you've got to be very careful to navigate properly or do direct rollovers trustee to trustee so that monies are not in hand. Okay. Also, you and I could talk about separation from service, how to get
Sure.
your TSP and your 401k funds. And boy, the time on the wall.
I know, we only have a minute left, Freeman.
My goodness. And we're celebrating our 30th show?
We are. We are. It's amazing.
More time, just more time. All right, but we're going to have more shows coming up.
Yes.
To continue on with our, some of these questions coming in are really, really top shelf.
They are.
What if I take money from my TSP
Yes.
before I reach 59 and a half?
Let's save one whole show for just the questions,
Tax
Freeman. What do you
efficient
think?
way.
So they can just ask Freeman. To the viewers at home, don't forget, just ask Freeman. All you have to do is call in 833-414-7233. Freeman loves hearing from you. We can't wait to have more viewer questions. We're going to have one show devoted exactly to you. That number is 833-414-7233. We'll see you next week on Just Ask Freeman TV.